In my last thingy, I said sorry that I was bare chested because, there may be people around who don't actually like that sort of thing. But I'm going to start this vlog with a bit of a, sort of like, don't worry, it's not going to happen. Though I'm not wearing anything apart from a pair of pants, don't worry, because I'm not going to start rubbing my dick and then suddenly go like that and click off like they do on chat roulette. If you don't know chat roulette, which I expect you do if you're watching this, you always come across these weirdos or idiots and they're sat there going with their dicks and then suddenly they turn you off and they go on to someone else. Well, I'm not going to do that because, I don't do that sort of thing. What I am going to do is I'm going to tell myself and you what happened on the 25th of July 2012. Well, it was one of the hottest days of the year. It was the hottest day of the year. And to be quite honest, wasn't really much I could do. I didn't actually wear my coat when I went out, though I did put a hoodie on. And I put my wallet in my pocket. I went out and had a drink, soft drink outside. I didn't have it in the place where I normally have it. And I thought to myself one thing that I should have thought ages ago, or did a couple of weeks ago. If you want to see a bit of flesh, a woman's down to her nipples when she's got her tits hanging out, it's probably better to go and do it outside. Not in Costa Coffee. Because, the amount of times I've done this, I've like looked around the window to see what's going on outside, and then I've seen some woman sort of like cover herself up really embarrassingly, like she's just found out her fleas are undone. And, excuse me, but you've done that yourself. It's not some accident. You didn't accidentally put on a dress that was showing half your cleavage. You did that yourself. If I was walking down the street and I looked down embarrassingly, it would be because I forgot to do my fleas up after I'd had a pee. But you went out and did that, dressed like that. What are you really embarrassed about, woman? Are you embarrassed at the fact that somebody saw your cleavage, or are you embarrassed about the fact the sort of person it was who was looking at it, i.e. somebody like me? Anyway, I just looked around and I decided that since it was so hot, it wasn't going to be one of those days where I'd need a lot of food. So I came home, bought something down at the local co-op and then come home again. When I came home again, there was a lot of loud music from downstairs after a while. My Clicky, I call him. His real name's Stephen, but I call him Clicky because every 5 minutes they click, 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 click. One of the residents association reckon what's going on here is he is doing it because he's got a mate round who hasn't got his own flat, because he's at that age where he's probably got mates with no flat who still live with their parents, and he's just showing off. But I had a bit of an investigation, went down to hear what was going on, because I could hear really loud banging sounds. And I don't think he's doing it because of that. I think he's doing it because he's angry about something and he's banging, because he was like, why does everybody blame me? And he's banging the window, he was kicking the door, really, or somebody in there was kicking the door. So either he does it and he needs to, he doesn't want people listening to him, and he's got a mate who's doing it. But I don't actually think maybe he's not doing it just to show off to people. He's probably heard this now, and about 5 minutes later I'll hear boom, boom, and he'll probably go on all night. Just piss me off. I played on the game that I got yesterday, Crime Solitaire. Well, I got it on Tuesday actually. And a bit later on I went onto the internet because I think I found out how I can watch The Young and the Restless. Basically, you just put it on YouTube, download the date, but remember to put 7/24, not 24/7 2012, because that's the way the Americans do it. And I was watching it, and I found out Phyllis is in some sort of trouble. I think from what I can work out, she's a very long time ago there was a hit and run that she didn't have anything to do with, and she kept her mouth shut about it, and now they found out. So I don't know whose hit and run it was though. I don't know if it could have had something to do with someone who's in it when I was watching it on CBS drama called Cassie. When it was on CBS drama, I was watching it in 2009, so but the episodes were in 2006. And just to point out to any Americans who are still watching this, when I was watching it in 2009, Kevin had a lottery ticket which he bought for his brother Michael, but he never gave it to him, and he tried to keep all the money for himself. And I think in the end Michael let him have some money of it when he owned up to it. And their dad, Kevin Fisher, was around. He hadn't been killed off. So I think it's just after that happened that they stopped showing it. And I started a Facebook group to try and get it back, and I also started a online petition, neither of which worked. And I wrote to CBS Drama, but I never even got a reply. So that was it. Bold and the Beautiful vanished around the same time as well from Diver, and I could never work that one out neither. But there was a hope that another TV channel had taken them and was going to show them, but they've never returned. I just think it was just cheap something to show, you know. And after that I watched Prison Cell Block H and Howard's Way. I played on Pogo and listened to the radio, listened to Janice Long going on about what a nice hot day it was, and I thought, yeah, it's okay hot for you, and because you ain't doing bugger all day. What about all those people who had to work all day? And after that I went to bed, and that was it.